Hello everybody and welcome to today's version and episode of the Team Standard Support Hub. My name is Tobias and today's topic will be education planning. Are you also as excited as I am? I guess that you've seen your Team Standards tracking tool already, didn't you? Of course you did. So then you've come across this line in the Team Standards tracking tool as well. So did you wonder, what the fuck, what am I supposed to do with this before? Well, this is what we're going to talk about today because everyone loves education because learning is a part of our life and especially in AIESEC. Really? In AIESEC? Yeah, of course. Why? Because you will make sure by having an education plan that your team can actually be at its best at all times. Who doesn't want that? Creating an education plan sounds like a lot of work, but trust me, it's fairly easy and it can be also fun. And once it's done, it will take a lot of pressure from you during the semester. So what do you need for making the plan? Get a piece of paper, a pencil, the job description of your team, and an overview about your functions flow. For those that work with a computer, that's also fine. The basic question you need to answer for the education plan is, what knowledge and skills does my member need at the certain point in his experience? Education plans should be individual for each member as the requirements differ from JD to JD. And in case you've got 4 members, how many education plans do you need? Right, 4. So imagine this being your semester with the begin and the end. On top of the semester, you have the functional flow, which is basically your timeline. And with the timeline, you also know which kind of different tasks your members are supposed to do during the semester. And now the easiest yet most important part comes. It's the question, what kind of skill or knowledge does my member need in order to perform this specific task? And as you have to ask this question for every single task that is coming up and for every single member, you will end up with a table looking like that. So you have on the left side all the different tasks that need to be done. On the right side, you have the different members in the rows and columns. And then you will just define what skills and knowledge need to be there. And that's basically it. That's your education plan. So let's make an example to make it really understandable what we're talking about here. Imagine yourself being an IGIP and you are going to do some cold calling action. So there are 2 things that your members probably need. First one, your members needs to know the key selling points of the global internship program. And on the skill level, the member needs to be able to apply the fundamentals of cold calling. So there are 2 different goals. One is on the knowledge level, one on the skill level. And what you really want to make sure is that you define them properly, especially when you're handling and when you're interacting with other stakeholders such as trainers that you want to engage. So now that you've identified all the different skills and knowledge your people need over the semester, let's go and plan the education, make it happen and see where we put it. So first point here is make it relevant and timely. Remember the times when you got told everything in the beginning of the semester? How much did you actually remember when it was relevant? So that's actually the point. You cannot remember everything what you learn in the beginning of the semester. So make sure that the education that you give to your people is relevant and timely, that it matters next week, that it matters in 2 weeks, but not like in 8 weeks. Then give your people assignments. You can let them read through wikis being at home. You can announce these in the team meetings. And of course, use your team meetings to give them the education that they need. And in case you're very fancy, you can also use trainers because trainers love to educate and they love to support you on your local level. So in case you need any specific support, ask them to join your team meeting and give to the education to the team that they need. With these specifics in mind, there won't be any challenges anymore to make the education planning of your team happen. In case you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email at tobias.feitgenhauer@aisec.de or via Slack. And if you have any feedback or ideas, we are really happy to hear from you. Write to tm.nst@aisec.de or also on Slack. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Team Standard Support Up, and we will see you again next week.